Alright, so we have our public events all set. We have the list of events and we can view the single events if we start the web server, of course. And we also did the form so we could add events. Okay, so that's working. Now what I want to do is make it so that we can click on My Events and we'll just have a list of them along with some links to edit these events. Alright, so what we're going to do first is add the route. Okay, so we want to go to routes.js and let's see, we want to go, let's go ahead and just copy this. Alright, and the route for this is going to be My Events, and we want that to go to views/my-events/index/find. Alright, so we'll save that. And what we want to do is go to Views and create a new folder called My Events. And I'm going to copy from the events folder, views events, I'm going to copy index.jade and index.js. These are going to be very similar. Okay, so we'll open up JS. Now really the only difference in this find function is going to be that we're going to add a filter. Okay, inside filters, we're going to limit it to a username. And it's going to be request.user.username. Alright, so it's only going to get events that are posted by the logged in user. Everything else is pretty much going to stay the same. And we can get rid of the read and all of these because find is going to be the only it's going to be the only function in this file. Alright, so yeah, everything else pretty much the same. So let's save that, and then we want to open the view file. So change the title here to My Events. Okay, and the h1 tag. And the loop will be the same. Now I am going to remove the description. I'm going to remove the description and the posted by and the read more. Basically it's just going to be the name of the event and then some links. So let's put some spaces in here with NBSP. And then we want let's see, we want the edit link, and I'm going to put an icon here. So the class is i.fa pencil, and then the link, and the link's going to go to /events /edit and then /the event ID. I'm sorry, event._ID. Alright, and then the text will just say edit, and then we'll have some more spaces. And then we're going to have a delete link. So we'll put an icon, which will be i.fa trash, and then the link. Now the delete's going to be a little different. What we need to do is make we're going to use jQuery, and we need to make an AJAX call to the page, and it's going to be a delete request. Alright, so we need to do it a little bit differently than we have the other functions. So let's give this link an ID. I'm going to give it the ID of delete event. Alright, and then I'm going to give it an attribute called data delete, and that's going to be equal to the ID. So event dot underscore ID. So this attribute is what we're going to use when we code the jQuery to grab the actual event ID. All right, and then finally we need a link. And that's just going to be set to nothing because we're going to handle it all through JavaScript. All right, so let's see. That should be good. I just want to put an if statement here just in case there are no events, in case the user has no events. Okay, so I'm just going to say if events, and then I'm going to put all this, tab all that over, and then come back here and say else. We'll just say you have no events. All right. So let's save that. All right, so this is my events, and it looks like it's still rendering the regular index view. So we need to go down here and change this to my events. There we go. Okay, so it says you have no events. Let's see. So I'm under user Brad, and then these events are also under Brad. So I should be getting these. Let me take a look at the index file. So we have filters, username, request.user.username, which should give my username. Oh, alright guys, so in the template here we're saying, oh no, that should be right. Data, each event, I in data. Oh, we gotta check for data, not events. Let's try that. Yeah, let's try that. There we go. All right. Looks like we messed up with the NBSP. Change that real quick. There we go. So those are our events. And obviously these links aren't going to do anything yet. We haven't created it. I want to go ahead and create the edit route. So we'll have to go to routes and let's see. I'm going to copy this. And we need app.get events/edit/ID, and then we're going to require .edit. Okay, and then we'll go back to index. Actually, we don't want my events index. We can close that in that. And then we want to go back to views, events, index.js. Now, edit isn't going to be much different from read, because all we're doing is we're going to load a form with the current events info already in it. Okay, so let's just copy read. Alright, and let's see, I'll just put this, we'll go under create. Alright, so we're going to change this to edit. And then models.event, we're going to keep that find by ID, and we're getting the ID from the URL. The only difference here is that we want to change the view from details to edit. All right, and then we're going to send the same event object, so almost the exact same. What we need to do now is create the view. So let's see. We just want to create edit.jade. And I'm just going to paste this in. Basically, it's the same form as the add.jade, except we're sending the action to events/update/event ID. Also, we're including the values here. Value, event name, event description. Alright, that's really the only difference. Let me change this to sidebar. Alright, so we'll save that. And if we reload, we should be able to render the form at least. We haven't dealt with the submission yet, but we should be able to go to edit. And there we go. Now, venue was undefined, and all this stuff was undefined. If you want to pre-fill the time fields and stuff, you're going to have to do a little jQuery trickery. It's not as easy as doing the input fields. But what we want to do now is handle the post of events, or the update. So back in routes, let's copy this. And we're going to say app.post. And it's going to be events/update/ID. And then we're going to change this to .update. Alright, so we'll save that, and now we'll go create update. So update will be pretty similar to create, so we can start with that. Just copy the create. Alright, and then we need to change this to update. Alright, and then this stuff can all stay the same. We're going to change the function here from create event to update event, and same thing right here. Fields will all be the same. What we do need to change is right here we have event.create. We want to change this to find by ID and update. Find by ID and update. And we're going to pass in the ID, which is we can get from request.params.id. Alright, and then we'll pass in the fields to set, which is correct. Function with an event. And then down here we'll have success, and we'll change this from event added to event updated. And then we want the location, we want it to go back to that particular event. So instead of going to /events, we're going to go to /event/show/the ID. So we'll have to concatenate request.params.id, and same thing down here.